Delhi, Agra, Ajmer, Awadh, Malwa, Bijpur, Golconda. These aren't the names of Indian states. There's something wrong with this map, Dad.
There's nothing wrong with this map, JC. It's a map of ancient India. During my school days, I used this map to study the downfall of the Mughal Empire.
Downfall of the Mughal Empire? Who brought this downfall?
Well, it was none other than the nobles in the Mughal Empire, like the governors and deputy governors of large provinces. You can say that they betrayed the emperors.
That's treachery! So did the Mughals lose total control?
Not really, but at least 3 states were carved out of the old Mughal provinces in the 18th century.
Which are those 3 states?
Awadh, Hyderabad and Bengal. All 3 states were founded by members who occupied high positions in the Mansabdari system. Sadat Khan for Awadh, Murshid Quli Khan for Bengal, and Asaf Jah for Hyderabad.
Can you please go to the dairy and buy some milk? I'm making yummy mango ice cream for my son today.
Sure. JC, in the meanwhile, I want you to arrange these books in the shelf.
Your wish is my command. Goodbye. How did the governors overtake the Mughals? I'll find out right away. Come on, Gizmo Gadget. Time for some action. Hey, Mappy. I'm JC. My dad happens to be an old friend of yours.
Yes, JC. Your dad and I have had some good times in school. And now that you're studying the Mughal history, maybe we could have some fun too.
Boss, you know, I was just wondering how the governors of Awadh, Hyderabad and Bengal overtook the powerful Mughals.
Okay, let's begin with Hyderabad. I clearly remember Nizam-ul-Mulk Asaf Jah was one of the most powerful members of the court of the Mughal Emperor Farooq Siyar.
If I'm not mistaken, Asaf Jah is the one who was entrusted first with the governorship of Awadh and later given the charge of Deccan. I remember my teacher mentioning this in history class.
Bingo! As the governor of Deccan provinces, Asaf Jah already had full control over its political and financial administration.
So, how did he become the founder of Hyderabad?
Well, Asaf Jah took advantage of the turmoil in the Deccan and the competition amongst the court nobility and gathered power in his hands and became the actual ruler of that region.
Does that mean that all Mughal emperors had little control over their governors?
Not all, but mainly the Mughal emperors after Aurangzeb. These later emperors merely confirmed the decisions already taken by the Nizam. Thus, Asaf Jah ruled quite independently without seeking any direction or facing any interference.
That would have made his life so easy.
Not really. Hyderabad was constantly engaged in a struggle.
What kind of struggle?
The Marathas from the west and the independent Telugu warrior chiefs, the Nayakas, tried to overtake Hyderabad. There was also the British, who were becoming increasingly powerful in the east.
How did the British influence in the east affect the Nizam?
The Nizam wanted to control the rich textile producing areas of the Coromandel coast in the east. However, the British, with its rising influence, kept this in check.
So Hyderabad was attacked by Marathas from the west and then by British from the east.
Right.
That must have been a tough fight. What about Awadh? Please tell me how it became independent from Mughal control.
Well, Awadh was one of the most important states to emerge out of the breakup of the Mughal Empire. It was a prosperous region controlling the rich alluvial Ganga plain and the main trade route between North India and Bengal.
Who ruled over Awadh?
Burhanul-Mulk Sadat Khan was appointed Subadar of Awadh in 1722. He was responsible for managing the political, financial and military affairs of Awadh.
What was his strategy? I mean, how did Sadat Khan reduce the Mughal influence in Awadh?
He did that by reducing the number of office holders or Jagirdars appointed by the Mughals. He also reduced the size of Jagirs and appointed his own loyal servants to vacant positions.
Like Asaf Jah, did he too bring about changes in the revenue system?
Of course. In fact, he included new social groups in the management of the state's revenue system, which was never done before.
New social groups? I didn't really understand.
As per Sadat Khan's economic policies, the state depended on local bankers and Mahajans for loans.
So these bankers and Mahajans were the new social groups. What was their activity?
Apart from paying loans, they collected money from revenue farmers or ijardars. The ijardars, in turn, had collected land revenue taxes from farmers.
You told me the story of Hyderabad and Awadh, but what about Bengal? Did it go into the hands of the governor too?
Not the governor, but the Naib, the deputy to the governor. He was Murshid Quli Khan.
How did he manage to overthrow the Mughal rule?
Like the rulers of Hyderabad and Awadh, Murshid Quli Khan also commanded the revenue administration of the state. He transferred all Mughal Jagirdars to Orissa. Revenue was collected in cash with great strictness from all zamindars.
The zamindars cope with the pressure.
Many zamindars borrowed money from bankers and moneylenders. Those unable to pay back were forced to sell their lands to larger zamindars.
It's really sad. The smaller zamindars were really oppressed. Oh God, Dad is back. He had asked me to arrange the books before he would return, and I totally forgot. What am I going to tell him?
Don't worry, JC. Just tell him that you were talking to his friend, and he'll understand. I shall take a leave now. It was nice talking to you.
Thanks, Mappy. Got to learn so much from you. Goodbye.
JC, what is this mess? Why haven't you arranged the books yet?
I was talking to your friend, Dad. He taught me so much.
My friend? What do you mean?
Your school time friend, Mappy. It taught me all about the old Mughal provinces.
Well, if you really learned so much, then I should let you go. So here's the deal. I'll ask you a question about the Mughal provinces. If you answer it right, then you can go play, and I'll do the cleaning myself. However, if you lose, then you'll have to do it all by yourself.
Deal accepted.
Here's your question. What were the three common features amongst three old Mughal provinces?
That's an easy one. All three states witnessed an emerging relationship with rich bankers and merchants.
What kind of a relation?
Bankers and merchants lent money to revenue farmers, received land as security, and collected taxes from these lands through their own agents. Thus, the richest merchants and bankers were gaining a stake in the new political order.
Accepted. Tell me the second one.
The method of tax collection in these states differed.
You've got to be specific. Tell me, how was it different?
Other than relying upon the officers of the state, all three regimes contracted with revenue farmers for the collection of revenue. This practice of ijardari, which has been thoroughly disapproved by the Mughals, spread all over India in the 18th century.
Perfect. Now, the third common feature?
I can't remember.
Does that mean you give up? Well, all three rulers were highly suspicious of some of the administrative systems that they had inherited. In particular, they suspected the Jagirdari system. So, JC, you lose the deal. Really, the Jagirdari system let you down.
Isn't my fault. Mappy never mentioned about the Jagirdari system.
None of your tricks are going to work this time. Have a good time cleaning, my boy.